Hello! In case we haven't met yet, my name is Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. You can call me Pajama Grandma because I go by Pajama Grandma. Pajama Grandma is the lifestyle I've selected to live right now because it's fun, it's awesome, it's freedom for me, it lets me be me. And I think it's fascinating today because I was drawing cards. I like these card decks by different authors. And the one that came up today was, I express my true being today, who I really am. I kind of do that every day lately. I don't know if you have seen me or not, or heard me, but if you have, I'm pretty much me every day. I'm pretty much in your face. This is me. This is what I have to say. Like me, hate me. It's up to you. And guess what? It doesn't really matter to me one way or the other. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean I only want to talk to and interact with people that can get me, people that relate to me. And I had a cool thing happen yesterday because one of the cards today says, where's my magnifying glass? I need a magnifying glass to see anything. The law of attraction assembles all cooperative relationships, meaning the people you need show up in your life when you need them. Now, here's an interesting thing that happened yesterday. I have been needing to do an introduction for my podcast, an introduction for my videos, because I don't know what to say. I just start out with like an interruptive, hey, 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 hello, 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 which is ridiculous. Let's be honest. It's ridiculous because I didn't know what else to say. I didn't know what else to do. So yesterday I listened into a Be Live presentation because I'm trying to always get my videos to be better, and I don't catch them very often, but I happened to notice that Molly Mahoney is an actress, and I love her. I think she's wonderful. She is an actress, and she coaches people. She calls her site the Prepared Performer, which she's always prepared, and she's awesome. So I decided I would hop on and listen to her show. She was teaching people how to not say Now, I don't say very often, but I say so a lot. If you've heard me or seen me on anything I do, whenever I stumble over my words, so, I stutter and say so, because it's like my filler. I know that sounds dumb, so I just did it. So instead of saying I say so. You'd think I was sewing buttons on my underwear all the time or something. And that is why I hopped on that video call or that video presentation, was because I wanted to find out how to stop saying so much. So much. I don't even sew anymore, really. I used to sew. I know how to sew. I just haven't been sewing lately. Sowing seeds of greatness. Yikes, that was ridiculous. But I hopped on her show, and I hopped on the video to listen to the show. I was a couple minutes late, because normally she sends out an announcement through Be Live, and that's the announcement I get. I didn't happen to be on her page, and I didn't sign up through that. I signed up through Be Live. So when there wasn't any announcement, I had been looking for it. I knew I wanted to be on it because I'm working on, as part of my Coaching for the Expert Secrets class, the Title of Liberty. And when we do our Title of Liberty, we need to create a video. Well, I've never created mine. I admitted it to the team that, and the people I'm coaching, I thought it was going to be really hard, so I've never done it. And I've been through the book like 3 times, and I have yet to create my Title of Liberty. So part of why I hopped on Molly's call was because I knew that could help me get brave and create my Title of Liberty. So I was on the call. She's chugging along. She's asking questions, and she provided an opportunity and shared a link because she's demonstrating the Be Live platform in the background as part of what she's doing to teach us to not say And nobody else volunteered. At least I don't think they did, or I was first or something, but I was scared to do it. I didn't, everything in me is like, no, who are you to do it? Why should you volunteer? But I clicked the button, the link, and I ended up being called up into the hot seat on the show with Molly Mahoney, okay, which is really a cool thing. I think it's really a cool thing. And Molly walked me through just part of my introduction, how to say my name, how to introduce Pajama Grandma, and then how to say what it is that I do and help people with. What service do I provide? What am I offering? And that forced me to do a couple of things. Number one, it forced me to get out of my comfort zone in a really, really big way. It forced me to try different things that I've never tried on before. I just hop on Facebook Live and I just do me. I just start talking and then part of who I am shows through, but it has never been intentional. I've never thought about, well, how do I say my name? I have noticed now whenever I do my processing of my videos that I'm trying to add some captions and the computer never understands my name. It always calls me Nelson instead of Horne-Ellstrom. Well, that's because I talk way too fast and even the computer can't understand me. So if the computer can't understand me, how many people out there have no idea what my name really is? Because I'm always hurrying right through it so fast that nobody could possibly comprehend what I'm saying. It also has a hard time, the computer that is, understanding pajama grandma. So I'm saying that too fast too. So one of the biggest takeaways I got from Molly's coaching, and she did some incredible coaching that she didn't even plan on doing for me. So it was such an awesome experience and a big win and a gift to me that I am so glad I said yes to it. But she taught me how to change and actually consciously think about, well, what am I portraying when I'm introducing myself? What am I trying to share with people? What am I trying to communicate as I'm explaining to people what it is that I do and what I can do for them? What is it that I want to portray when I'm explaining that I'm Pajama Grandma? What do I want that to be about? How do I want people to feel about Pajama Grandma? So, in like a 10-minute period, you guys, I got like hours worth of coaching and experience that I wouldn't have gotten unless I would have taken like a full-blown acting course. And then I maybe wouldn't have even gotten that much out of a full-blown acting course because this was focused, directed effort to help me with something that I was struggling with. So that was really awesome yesterday. I also got my webinar to work yesterday. Woo! There should be balloons and streamers flying right now because how long have I been trying to get the technology for that little baby to work? Now, I will admit I was a little overabundant and I talked way too much on it. It ended up being like 2.5 hours, which, come on, you got chronic pain, you're hurt. The last thing you want to do is hear me talk for 2.5 hours. So now that I understand and have gotten the technology to work successfully, both voice and picture, my slides worked and my voice for the entire thing. Now I can work on getting better at my stories. I'll tell you right now, I shared way too much nonsense, and not nonsense, but good stuff, but way too much story, way too much background, way too much detail. And it was cathartic and good to get it out of me. But do people really need 2.5 hours of me talking about experiences and other people's chronic pain and what I've done to help them and how it can, they just want to know how can what I'm offering help them kill their chronic pain and get their life back. Bottom line, that's what they want to know. So I definitely need to stop saying so, but cut down on the amount of time that I talk about certain aspects. I know one slide I was probably on for 10 minutes, and that was, my secret number 2, talking about my experience last year and how I killed my chronic pain in 30 days. And how that was pretty miraculous even to me. And had I not been open to the possibility, it never would have happened. And I would probably still be a hot mess of inflammation, but I'm not, because I was willing to say yes to what else is possible, and I was also willing to ask for help. I am getting better at asking for help. That in and of itself is a miracle, because I've been one of those people. I'm 58 years old, and I would say 57 3/4 of that, I would never ask for help. I would struggle for weeks on something. I'm learning how to go from the offline world to the online world, right? And every once in a while, when we're learning something new, we run into a little snag or a little thing that we're just not getting. We're not understanding it. We're not seeing how it actually works. Now, I am so stubborn. I will struggle with and try to figure it out myself for like 2 weeks. Now, I used to struggle with stuff a lot longer than 2 weeks, but now my new number last year got to be about 2 weeks. I would work on things and think of things and try to look at it from all different angles. I would Google it. I would research it. I would read the books. I would look at the frequently asked questions, and I would do anything in my power, I still do, to figure something out first before I ask. Number one, because I think that we need to be, if we're entrepreneurs and business people, you need to be a problem solver. You need to be a self-starter. You need to be able to figure crap out yourself, because that's what leaders do. So maybe that's part of my stigma with asking for help. So I will do all those things, And once I've gone through those things and I've exhausted them, and I've still made a couple other attempts and runs at it, I've tried to sleep on it, I've tried to do everything I can think of, then guess what? I will ask for help. So I was involved in a in-depth certification training program and coaching program last year. And I did that. In one of the modules or the training segments, I was stuck on something. And I did all of that. And I worked through all of it. And I still couldn't figure it out. So we have a special group devoted for our certification group. So I went in there and I typed in my question and asked for help. I summoned up the courage to ask for help. Typed it in there. And I will say not even 5 minutes later, the answer came to me. So before anyone in the group could even respond, I had the answer. I tried it. I put it in place. And voila, everything I was trying to do worked. I got my assignment done and I turned it in and I passed it that same day. And it's really interesting. Just the willingness to ask for help, I got the answer. I don't know where the answer came from. It was just probably I relaxed enough for all of the things I've been thinking about and studying and trying to figure out to culminate and form the answer in my own mind. But the act of asking for help was what triggered the response coming into my consciousness. So I will ask for help sooner and sooner and sooner, depending on what the type help is I need. An example right now is I need virtual assistant help. I need to hire a virtual assistant to help me to disseminate and deal with and work with my content. I don't have any problem making content. Obviously, I can talk. I don't know how long I've been talking on this yet, but too long. I know you're thinking, shut up already. It's already too long. But I need someone that can help me to put that content out on different social media, who can help me transcribe the content, because although I love writing, writing takes me a long time. And if I speak into a video, now I've created that content, but I need to get that from the video to the written word. I can get it from video to audio. I figured that out all by myself, and I didn't even have to ask for help. I did ask. I asked to Google. I had to ask Google for help, but I Googled it and I figured it out and I did it, and it's working really well in my life and in my business. But as far as transcription goes and getting the words out of the videos, I know how to do it, but it takes me way too long. With my eyes and my magnifying glass, guess what? It is a slow, tedious, almost painful process. It's probably more painful for people to see and watch than it is for me to actually do it, but it's pretty painful. So I need a virtual assistant to help me with that part of the process. And I haven't asked for help. I haven't gone about doing that or finding one yet, but that may very well be the thing I need to do today after I do my group coaching session. Got to create another lesson for Expert Secrets. We are just starting the new opportunity. I'm having so much fun coaching a group of people through this and training them. I've been doing it with people one-on-one and groups one-on-one. Yeah, I consider a small group one-on-one for my coaching clients, but it is really fun to have to figure out all the moving pieces of putting a group coaching program together. It's challenging. Sometimes I have to figure stuff out, but it's starting to come together. And, I figure another week or so, I'll actually have my system of how to produce each lesson down and sort of perfected. I had to go back in yesterday and check all of my email sequences, because sometimes when I was entering in my email, it would only show up the letter P instead of the whole Pajama Grandma Expert Secrets Coaching Masterclass. And I wanted to have the whole tagline in there, or the initials for the tagline, just so it's identifiable for folks. Anyway, my voice is going bad today because I've done way too many webinars this week, but I actually got it to work, so I don't even care. And today, even if my voice is scratchy and gravelly, I might do it again just so I can shorten it up to help more people, because like I said, people with chronic pain, it's a lot to expect from them to listen to a webinar at all, much less listen to me speak for 2.5 hours. That's a long time. I mean, you guys put up with me for 10 minutes, but 2.5 hours, that's maybe pushing the envelope of that, and I don't want to inflict more pain on anyone. So go out, make it a fantastic, fabulous day, and I will see you tomorrow with what day is it? 118 tomorrow. Today's 117 of my new adventure. And I feel today like I'm actually making progress. I hope you are too. See you tomorrow. Pajama Grandma out. Bye.